Hello then, I hope you are doing well. This is a quick guide on how to complete the Inside Terminus Nightfall on Grandmaster difficulty. I will first show you our loadouts, followed by our strategies. Timestamps are in the description below. This Grandmaster contains barriers and unstops. The shield types are Void and Arc, and the threat is Void. At the time of recording, the surges were Arc and Void. This could be different for you depending if you do the GM on a week it comes out or later on for your Conqueror title, so always double check where his surges are and match his subclasses and weapons to them. Now moving on to loadouts. We had a Warlock running Song of Flame combined with Getaway Artist for creating Arc Souls, the Hunter ran Deadfall for clearing ads along with Orpheus Rex for making extra Orbs of Power, the Titan ran Glacial Quake for ad control combined with Heart of Inmost Light and Sinful Steps for ability regen and increased melee and super damage when surrounded. For weapons, we had a Warlock running Wish Ender for barriers and a Glaive for unstops with a machine gun for ad clear. The Titan ran a Sidearm for barriers and a Vex Mytho for unstops along with a machine gun for clearing out the ads. The Hunter ran Wish Ender for barriers and no hesitation for healing teammates along with a machine gun for the enemies. Now to mods, starting with a class item. Run any of the mods to help reduce your ability regen when using different abilities. You could also run the mods Proximity Ward and Healthy Finisher to get your health back along with an Overshield when performing a finisher. For leg armor, you can run mods to help with your ability regen when picking up Orbs of Power. You could also run Scavenger mods to pick up additional ammunition when picking up ammo bricks. For your chest armor, run a Concussive Dampener to help reduce incoming damage from grenades and explosive attacks. Also run a Void Resist mod because incoming Void damage is increased by 25%. For gauntlets, run any mods to boost your abilities or help create Orbs of Power. Finally, for the helmet, I suggest you have a Heavy Ammo Finder mod on along with Scout for additional heavy bricks. You could also run Siphon mods for making Orbs of Power or run Ashes to Assets to get super back on grenade kills. These are the loadouts that we used. I have a copy of them or use them to make your own designs. You do not need the same loadouts, subclasses or characters that we have to complete this GM. With that out of the way, let's get straight into it. You will need to drive to the location of a GM, which is a tunnel entrance at the bottom of a ravine. Make your way through the tunnels and the first thing you will encounter is a barrier. The barrier will spawn in and as soon as you damage it, it will teleport away to the next room. Not too sure if it is a glitch, but don't worry about it. Push up through the tunnel and stay in the entrance. Just clear out the ads first because there will be 2 barriers near the back of a room along with the first one you encounter to bring the total to 3. The barriers usually stay near the back but they can teleport forward every so often. Once done, continue through the tunnels taking out the minor ads along the way until you reach the ledge that leads to an open cave. Immediately dispose of all the Cabal in front of you to secure this area and then simply snipe across a valley at the other ads. Amongst them will be some snipers and a barrier champ to the top left that sometimes will rotate to the back of a cave. Take your time and use the rocks around you for cover to safely dispose of the ads. Afterwards, push up to the top left and go through the tunnel to the next area, but be careful as there will be headless Vex charging at you through the tunnel. On the other side you will get a glimpse of the boss. Run towards it and move back because it will teleport away, and if you're too close it will slam the ground sending you flying into the walls. When the boss is gone, activate the plate and kill the ads coming from the portal. Among them will be war beasts, gladiators and 2 unstoppable champions. The ads will be all grouped up so a single super or grenades will make short work of them. The unstops will spawn last and they will be together so you can stun them at the same time and kill them at the same time. This next room is difficult and tedious so do not try to rush it. Also there are pools of Vex liquid around the room so avoid those by staying here at the beginning of a cave and clear the ads one by one. Some of them will be spawning directly to your right so use the rocks and a pillar around you for cover. Amongst the ads will be snipers to the right side so clear them out as they run towards you through the portal side. Once cleared there will be a barrier waiting for you in the middle of the room. When you kill it, just fall back and stay near the front of the room. For the next wave to spawn in, you need to shoot the boss at the back to make it run away. The next wave will spawn including 2 barriers and an unstop. You can either rotate to the left from where you entered and use the pillars for cover or stay near the entrance of the area. Remember to chain your supers one after another to generate orbs for each other, clearing ads out one by one. You can also just sit in the back and snipe them all too. Try to get rid of the unstop first because it will try to rush you. The unstop will drop 1 of 2 orbs that you need to deposit at the back of a cave to move into the boss room, but you can leave it on the ground for now. It will not despawn. Focus on clearing out the ads and the 2 barriers, most of which will be running at you on your right side. Again, amongst the ads will be more snipers so do not get caught out in the open. Once the ads in the middle are dead, pick up the orb and take it to the far right side as it has the best cover. You will first need to clear the back of a cave of any ads including another barrier champion and 2 gladiators. You can drop the orb at any time and pick it back up when you need it. Dunking the orb will spawn the last wave of ads including 2 barriers and another unstop. When this happens, either stay here at the back sniping from a distance or rotate to the left side where you entered. You can use the high ground to dispose of all the minor ads along with the champions. The area will be very hectic, so chaining your supers is the best way to clear them quickly, while staying at the back is a safer option. Clear out all the minor adds first and you can leave the champs for last. Again, killing the Unstop will drop another orb on the ground to deposit at the back, but you can leave it for now and kill the adds first. Killing the champions will spawn some additional legionnaires on the left and right sides. Also, when you kill the 2 barriers, another 2 barriers will spawn at the back of a room where you deposited the first orb. Ignore them for now as they won't be in your line of sight just yet. Afterwards, when everything is dead, pick up the orb and drop it because another barrier will spawn in the middle. So kill it and move forward to the edge so you can see the back of a room. From here you can easily snipe at all the adds from the middle of the room, including the 2 barrier champions who will be at the top of the stairs. Sometimes one of them will be at the bottom of the stairs, so take that one out first. Once again, there will be more adds including gladiators. Deposit the last orb and just before you go through the doors, clear out the headless Vex on the other side. Be careful as just before the boss room there will be more headless Vex hiding in the tunnels. You are now in the boss room. There are 2 strategies to this. You can either activate all the plates at once and face the consequences, or do them one at a time as a team. We prefer the latter, so activate the middle plate first and defend it from the adds that will be spawning at the back portals. The boss will be in the middle, and once the plate is activated, the boss will lose its shield. Damage the boss whilst killing the adds. You will need to activate all 3 plates now, so just stay on the middle plate and reactivate it again. But be careful of the boss's attacks, which will leave trails of void damage on the floor. A healing rift can out-heal for a short time, but it can still lead to death. Coordinate your supers here, ideally one after another, to do as much damage to the boss as quickly as possible. The stasis crystals combined with Song of Flame damage the boss and help kill the adds around the area too. Once the middle plate is done, move over to either the left or the right one. I suggest getting the right one out of the way first, since it is more open. Remember, you do not need to be on a plate at all times, so if you get overwhelmed, fall back behind the plates and use the rocks for cover to dispose of the adds. When the right plate is done, move over to the left plate, rinse and repeat. This will remove the last of the boss's shields. It is better to leave the left plate for last because it is easier to get back to the middle plate. From here you can use the rocks around you for cover in case you need to fall back. Before completing the last plate, you could also delay it to build up your supers for the boss. However, if you chain your supers right, you should have more than enough orbs to recharge them. Once the boss is back up, just super it again until it dies. And there you have it, that's how you complete the Inside Terminus Nightfall on Grandmaster difficulty. If you have found the guide to be helpful, then please like, share and post a comment. Don't forget to subscribe for more Destiny 2 guides. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.